Hi friends, my name is Pradeep. So today I am going to update you in special topic. The topic name is uh, pay commissions. So today I am going to update what exactly it is, what is pay commission, and what is the rule of pay commission, and what are the impacts on the government sector employee, private sector employee, and the economic. So let me explain one by one. First, let me tell you what is pay commission. So the pay commission is the government body which is appointed by the central government that revises the salaries, allowances and the pension of the central government employees. So it happens once in a decade typically. So once in a decade in the sense once in 10 years. So as usual, the last pay commission was implemented in 2016. So obviously, in the next pay commission, that means after 10 years, 2026 is the 8 pay commissions. So last pay commission was 7 pay commission. Now this time it is going to happen 8 pay commissions. So it was supposed to happen 1st Jan or Jan 2026, but due to some procedural delay and delay from the approval from the government side, it got postponed and it is going to implement in the next year, most probably the Jan 2027. Next, let me explain the rule of pay commission. The rule of pay commissions majorly the first is revision of your salary, second revision of your pension, then the adjustment your compensation, the adjustment of your allowances, and the retained talent. So here it is easy to understand the revision of your salary, compensation, everything, but retained talent is something no. It is different terms. The retained talent in a sense that means, as you know, money is the biggest source of motivations. To retain the skilled employee in a government sector, need some kind of motivation or kind of need to give some promotions. Maybe it is monetary or kind of non-monetary. Whether when it comes to monetary, then we need to give hike to their pay scale. When it comes to non-monetary, we need to give the perquisites kind of benefit like house allowances, kind of travel allowances, or other benefits. Okay. So these are the main rules. Then let me speak about the impact on the impact of the 8th pay commission on the government sector employees. So the main impact are first is your substantial pay scale. So as per the proposal, the government employees have entitled to get a good amount of revisions to their salary and the components, especially the basic pay, dearness allowances, DA, and the HR. So as usual, in the last pay scale, last pay scale which was happened in 2016, the minimum wages or the minimum basic pay was 18K for a government employee. Now it is going to be a 57K. So it is a huge chunk of hike for the government employees. So the government employees is going to get. Then the next is your what is called better fitment factors. Better fitment factors means your multipliers. Fitment factor is something your multipliers. Like how much salary you used to get before the implementation of the new pay scale or new commission, and how much you are going to get after this implementation. Let's assume, for example, you used to get the 10K or 10,000 salary as per the last pay commissions. Now, the fitment factors assuming that 2.5%, then 2.5 times, that means 10,000 into 2.5, you are going to get 25,000 salary as per the new pay commissions. So fitment factors is the major part of your revision of your salary, that is called the multipliers. So according to the last pay commission, the last fitment factor was 2.57, but this time, as per the recommendation from the various labor council and kind of the employment proposal, the fitment factor might be 3 to 3.25%. So that means the minimum wages for employee may reach or may cross 60k, 57 to 60k. So after revision of this salary or the 8 pay commissions. So then next is higher arrear. Higher arrear in the sense, since as I rightly mentioned, it was supposed to happen past Jan 2026, but due to some procedural delay, it got postponed to the next year. So after revision, that salary revision will take effect from the Jan 2026 itself. Retrospectively, that means the employee has or the employee have right to or entitled to get the annual salary from Jan 26 to Jan 27. So last 12 months salary, it's a huge chunk of annual salary they are going to get at one go. So this is the major impact of the government sector employee. Then coming to the impact of the 8 pay commission on the private sector employees. So on private sector, the first is your competitive wage. What is competitive wage? Since the government employees are going to get a good amount of hike and to maintain or to match their payroll with the private sector employee, the private sector employee will get also the similar kind of benefits or similar kind of compensation benefit from their employers. Otherwise, it is difficult to retain them. Second, higher cost for the employers. What is higher cost? Now, to match with the government employees' compensations with the private sector employees, and to maintain the parity or to retain the skill, the government or the private sector employer may lose their revenue, in the sense they can increase or they have to increase their cost. Otherwise, it is difficult to retain the skilled employee. Okay. Then the third is your increased demand. When the employees are getting more salary or more take-home salary or enhanced salary, obviously they have the option to consume more, save more money, and they have a lot of options. If they are going to spend more money, that means there will be huge demand and less supplies. So if the demand will go up, obviously the economy will grow. So in that way, these are the major impact on the private sector employee. Then let me now talk about the impact on the economics. So there are positive impacts and negative impacts as well. So the positive side is mainly when the demand gets increased, ultimately what will happen? Your consumption will happen and the economy will grow, right? So economy will grow. That is the first favorable point. Second, there are few sectors, especially the consumer goods or the FMCG goods and the real estate sectors. When the employee will get good amount of salary and they can go for a new flat, to buy a new house, or can go for a new car, or they can buy household things. So they have multiple options. So once they will start consuming more, then our what will happen? The real estate sector and the FMCG sector will go boom and it will boost our economics. Okay. And if I talk about the negative side or the negative impact on economy, first is inflation. If the demand gets increased, supply is less, then what will happen? Ultimately, the price will go up. If the price will go up, ultimately the main industry, they will suffer a lot. They can't afford the cost for their essential commodities. This is first is inflation. Then second is government may face now the budget constraint for other sectors, because if one sector is booming and it goes beyond their budget, that means demand is more, supply is less, the government will put their more focus and can go for a capital expenditure in that sector, ultimately the government may cut down some other project on other sectors as well. So these are the major impacts on this. So I hope you get a good amount of insights from the budget in the sense the 8 pay commissions. So it is going to implement maybe probably most probably Jan 2027. So let's see what is the final proposal on that. The proposed amount is, the proposed fitment factor is approx 3 to 3.25 range, and minimum wages might be 57k to 60k. If that is the case, then the government employee will have a good amount of take home salary. So let's see what is the final proposal and final approval after this project. Thank you.